right, welcome back to D&D, everyone. So, last time, you had been able to get into the inner city. You had scouted out the temple of Azith. There, Fern was able to, through a convoluted series of events, make contact with the priestess who was supposed to get the uh, heretical material either put on her persons or put into her room. Fern decided to not go that route and tell her everything that had been planned against her and has been able to get her assistance in resolving the blackmail plot. While this was also going on, Fiffle infiltrated into the council hall, made his way down to the Hall of Records, and set off a trap that unfortunately placed him to a force cage. From there, he was grabbed by the guards, brought into a room where a inquisitor interrogated him, threatened to cough his fingers, and eventually pulling out 2 fingernails.
Ow.
Graham was able to make contact with a drow archivist who works in the archive there at the council hall, and was able to bribe him in order to get the material that they were requesting. He told him it would take a couple of days for him to actually get the material out of the archive because an alarm had locked down the archive itself. He also gave Graham information on how to proceed to get Fiffle out by claiming that Fiffle was his property. Graham then proceeded to go with Kaido into the council hall, removed their armor and weapons, and entered in to a room where they were being interrogated by another Inquisitor. So, we leave off with the 2 of you in the room talking to the Drow Inquisitor in front of you. So then, your friend has quite a list of transgressions.
I'm innocent.
Sorry, Fiffle, you're not actually there with them.
That might be for the better. Although I respect the commitment to this halfling does not know what is best for him. He's going to continue.
So my question with you all is, how are we going to rectify this situation?
Well, there's usually knife work needs doing, no? And failures of infiltration aside, he and we are pretty good at being the occasional blunt instrument to help somebody get something done. There's always something to be done.
Well, your friend's quite resistant to interrogation, so I can at least trust him not to talk if captured, although being captured is the least welcome outcome. So you can see where we might not want to actually engage with this. And let's be honest, currently he's a criminal.
Yeah.
And breaking into the council hall here is a serious transgression. So, I propose that we simply remove him from your possession, and he works as a slave until such a time as he has paid off his debt. We're expecting 2, maybe 300 years.
Yeah, I'm going to need him back before then.
Could execute him, and you could simply find someone to bring him back. We should mention many of the major houses have a number of dealings in resurrection.
Not much in the way of reparation.
Well, quite a laundry list of crimes before.
Send me, Graham. I didn't commit any crimes.
Breaking.
I had no choice to break and enter into this place for totally legitimate reasons.
I was breaking in self-defense.
Standing my ground over here.
I'm just imagining a halfling just killing anybody who finds him, just yelling castle law, castle doctrine. Like, but you're breaking into my house.
Doesn't say whose castle.
So, remind me, they told me he was with the Inquisitor and that this guy is an Inquisitor, right?
It's another Inquisitor, yes.
Yeah. So, I see by the make of your clothes and your uniform, you're a member of the Inquisition down here.
Yes.
I would expect you have things that you could stand to get done that are a little difficult to do through the proper channels now. That seems to be the way of things down here.
Yes. On a more subtle approach, is that within your area of expertise?
Usually, yeah. I'll be honest. Like, it looks bad for the little guy, but I think this might be a first. Little bastard usually doesn't get caught. Good job, by the way.
Mm-hmm. And the other one here, what do you have to say? And he looks to you, Kaido.
I nervously look over at Graham, and then the rest of the party that's there. He's Piffle's a good friend of ours. He's a good guy. I have to say, this seems like a misunderstanding to me. A wrong place, wrong time kind of thing. There's just no way. Known the guy for years. How long have we been partying together? Months. Known the guy for months, and never, ever have I seen him do anything sketchy. Never has he been a by author in a book of how to do crime. Never has he taught me how to swindle or how to cheat in gambling. Never has he pickpocketed or stealthed his way through stuff. What else? Never has he done any of those things. So trustworthy guy through and through, that Piffle. Never started a child ring of criminal people. Never started some sketchy black market stuff. What else has he never done? Never been arrested except for this one particular instance. Yeah, I vouch for him through and through.
So
God,
Yeah, he definitely can't do any of that. I'm sure none of that would be helpful for.
Because if he would be able to do it, you would have never caught him, right? The fact that you caught him is in and of itself an indication that that man does not have a sneaky bone in his body.
I know you're lying.
Well, I tried.
Piffle appreciates you, Kaido.
Can I say this out of character? Does Kaido even know half the shit he just said if it was true or not? Because
he does.
Piffle technically just like leaves and does his stuff, and we don't even know.
Yeah, to be fair, Kaido is the most.
Kaido worked with Fiffle as part of Team Crime at one point.
Yes.
I know, but I'm saying like half of it. Does he even know about the child labor?
Wait, did you say Team Crime? I thought it was Team Rhyme. I thought we were just rhyming every
We're out
other
of character.
sentence.
You don't have to defend yourself.
I feel like I still have to.
Mm-hmm. 1 second. He heads out into the hall.
I think that went pretty good, guys.
A pair of Inquisitors come inside, as well as the original one you were talking to. That one, he points to you, Kaido. Take him to another room.
Oh! No, I hate being in rooms alone.
A small room.
No! Oh my god.
What did Kaido do except try to defend Piffle's honor?
Yeah, what? Can I please have a brown paper bag? It helps me breathe. Especially in these tight situations.
2 Inquisitors, a male and a female drow, bring you into a room that is a lot narrower. It really can only hold just a chair, and that's really all there is inside this room.
I hate this city. I hate this town. Let it be known, this town sucks. Is the drow female hot?
Yes. You would find her to be attractive.
All right. In the mid, between every single shallow breath that I'm taking, I try my best to maybe
You're
give
like
her a
trying to
wink.
look smooth while
Yeah.
having a panic attack.
Yeah. Exactly.
Have a seat.
Oh, okay. There's not a lot of seats here. What are you guys gonna do? You just stand? I feel like maybe I just should stand with you guys.
No, please sit.
Okay, okay. Since you asked so nicely. Okay, I'll sit down. It's kind of tight in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what are you doing in their city?
I am touristing. I'm a tourist. I'm here for not for business, for pleasure.
We should tell you that
Huh.
we're actually able to tell when you're lying.
Uh, Good, because I really don't know what happens a lot in this party. I just follow them along, and we've been, adventuring, and uh, yeah, no, I'm a truthful person through and through. Uh, Used to be actually a police officer myself, had an ID badge and all, but I got reprimanded, and I'm an ex police officer now. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
that has nothing to do with this. Go ahead, just ask your questions. It's really tight in here, by the way.
The woman of the pair leans down to you. I suggest you tell me what you're doing in this city.
Oh,
And she casts a suggestion spell on you. Please make I believe it's a wisdom save? Yep, please make a wisdom save.
I don't want to. Okay, that's a 6.
Okay. Well, it doesn't pass the DC. So you
Uh-huh.
are compelled to tell them what you're doing in the city.
Okay, so Rami doesn't fully remember, but I tell them what Kaido remembers. Well, if Rami doesn't remember, maybe Kaido doesn't remember. Um, so I tell them everything that I do remember, stuff like why we initially came here. Uh, but I also go into great detail about the prostitutes that I've had, as well as the fighting that we've done, and the exhaustion, and the crazy drinking of weird shit.
Like all the drugs you've been
Like
taking.
everything. Like I go into really, really heavy detail. Have you ever seen The Goonies? And remember when they tell that kid, "Tell us everything," and he starts from like the second grade? That's exactly what Kaido's doing at this point.
It's like
But
the Batman Beyond where old
yeah,
Bruce Wayne fucking shakes down a thug, and then when he
yeah,
comes back from the commercial break, he's telling him he wet his bed until he was 14.
yes, exactly like that. Except between each sentence, you hear that shuddering in his voice, like he's on the brink of crying because he really hates this room.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And so, does Kaido tell them that they are specifically here looking for the sales records for the slaves?
Does Kaido have a choice under suggestion spell?
Not really, no.
Then yes, so then I tell them. But again, I tell them in absolute insane amounts of detail. Also from my perspective. So the amount I was perspiring, how my hands felt, what I was doing, what I was thinking about, the bowel movements that I had to do during those sessions, just in great grandeur detail, but from my perspective.
Fascinating. That's wonderful. Well, we thank you for your assistance with this.
Oh, I have more. If even going even far back, if you'd like to hear them.
No, no, I think we've heard enough. We'll be dispatching agents to eliminate the contact you have within the slave district.
Wow, I feel so much better getting things off my chest. I don't know about you guys, but whew, it's just wonderful. For a split second, I forgot how tight these walls are. But anyways, well, now that you have your information, my friends and I will be going.
Mm.
Right?
For this
Right.
matter of the fine you have to be paying for your property.
Wait, can I add a character something? Does Kaido actually know who this guy is? Because I don't remember.
He
If
did
actually
meet.
knows who he is.
I believe he met with him. Yes, you met with him a couple of times.
Graham and I met with him in a FIFO, but I don't remember if Fern and Kaido actually met with him.
Kaido was sleeping off hookers for a while.
Ah,
So
I believe he
this might need some.
was. I believe he did.
God, it would have been hilarious if the hookers actually saved me from this because I was just the most
I'm
important
like,
part
no,
of
I'm
this
serious.
Kaido
campaign.
I'm
didn't-
really not sure.
Kaido didn't sleep the night away with the hookers. He
Oh,
woke up in
no,
the
I didn't.
morning and was exhausted, but then did meet up with you all and did go with you to the
Right.
district.
Right, but
And then he met with the
he
the-
didn't meet with them. I don't. It was me and it was Matt and I who met up with him. I don't even know where the hell he was or like how far off we
you
went.
guys were all in the slave district.
He knew we went for the contact, but I don't think he saw him or knows what he looks like or anything like that. That I'm not sure about.
I'm not
I'm
really sure either.
pretty sure he did. Because I
Should I
believe you
do
all went.
a history check to see if I remember?
Well, this is what I believe happened. I do believe the entire party went and saw the contact you had in the slave district, even if it was primarily Otto and Graham who did the talking.
Gotcha.
You're not weaseling out of this one, Kaido.
Hey, listen, I tried my best. I feel like I would be a really good lawyer in this world.
Piffle tried really hard to get out of this situation last week too.
I tried really hard to get us out of here, but like
Didn't work.
wisdom, wisdom saving, wisdom anything, all right? And you're asking for trouble.
He's drawing their magic fruit bombs.
I wish Val was here. He would know what to do.
Not good.
All right, at this point, Kato starts crying.
Well, anyway, should mention the charges again. Trespassing, bearing weapons and armor in the council hall,
Okay, no, that one's
accessing
fair.
forbidden archives.
Okay, yeah, no, that checks out too.
We've added on resisting arrest.
I never resisted any arrest. Listen,
These are
officer.
Piffle's charges.
And of
Okay.
course, because he is your property, unregistered slave in the city.
I'm pretty sure we registered it when we came in.
No, you did not.
No, we did not. Okay.
So,
Did they know that Kaido was the weakest link? Is that why they put him in a separate room?
I think they sensed it.
they have very, very high insight.
Yeah, they do.
So, how are you going to rectify the situation?
I don't know. I don't really believe in ass play. Oh, you said rectify. I thought you said something else. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I need to talk to my sword. Can I have my sword back?
No.
Okay. He's my legal guardian in this situation. Hard to believe, but he is. Okay. How much are the fines? How much do they tally up to?
Quite a bit. You're
Okay.
looking at about 100 gold for every transgression.
Each transgression, this whole
Yes,
campaign, I've been
each.
yelling each, and it's never come true. But now, when it's fines,
You
now
found the
we have
weapon that would
each.
hurt me the most.
Yeah, that was it. 100
No.
each. Okay, so that's like what? 3 transgressions? That's like 300, right?
Let's go over them one more time.
No, we don't really have
Trespassing
to. Okay.
is 1.
Yes.
Weapons and armor
Uh-huh.
is 2.
Yeah.
Accessing archive is 3.
Uh-huh.
Resisting arrest is 4.
Okay.
And the unregistered slave is 5.
All right. So that's 500.
That
And
is correct.
and Piffle walks home
Let's
free.
not get ahead of ourselves.
So what's the fee for? I'm paying for what?
Well, your slave is the one who went and did all of this.
I don't even
Slaves
think
are
we paid that
your-
much for Piffle. To begin with.
Slaves are your responsibility.
Okay, all right. 500 gold. I'll tell you what. I have only 250 to my name. So let's go talk to the party. Let me go talk to my party, and let me also talk to my sword. And then what we'll do is we'll figure out how to scrounge up the
We
500
have to
for
get
you.
a fucking payment plan.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you talk to your sword.
Okay, what about my party? What about my friends? I don't have the money here on me.
Well, that's okay. We could take this Fiffle, although he did refer to himself as Mickey Rat Sauce.
No, that's his legal name, Mickey Rat Sauce. Now that you said it out loud, that actually clicked. Yeah.
Okay, so once again, we always know when you're lying.
It's his middle name. It's Piffle Mickey Rat
So
Sauce.
once again, we always
Oh.
know when you're lying.
Okay, it's not Mickey Rat Sauce. His middle name is just MR. He shortens it like an acronym. Okay, his name
I'm
is
pretty-
Piffle. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yes. So we have the money amongst ourselves. Let me just go. Get me out of this tiny room, please. And let's go talk to the party. And then we'll get the money to you. And then we can go to the next part, right?
Yes,
All is
let us
good.
go retrieve your associate, and
Oh,
then
thank God.
you can stay here for now.
No. That's not part of the deal. I
Please
need to get.
remain seated.
Listen. Okay, I have been nothing but cooperative, but the rooms
That's
are
not
closing
even
in.
true at all. You've been quite the liar here.
Okay. All right. It's getting a little bit hot. Do you mind if I take like some piece of
Sure.
food? This is what happens every single time Kaido's
Shall
in a very
we-
tight situation.
We could always add indecent exposure to the list of crimes.
If I suddenly disappear, my power went out. It's coming
Okay.
down pretty hard.
Okay. All right. I'll stay here.
Please do. The two inquisitors leave. You hear the door shut hard, and then a click of the lock.
Oh my God. When Kaido comes back, he'll be butt naked.
The two head down the hall into the room with you are, Graham. We've spoken to your friend. He eventually told us everything.
Legitimate question. Like, I'm not trying to fun you here. What's everything? Because with him, it depends on the day.
Well,
Everything.
the gentleman in question in the slave district who asked you to retrieve the sales records. We could start with that if you're interested. So yes, I actually do have a job for you.
Yeah.
Could always go and assassinate this gentleman. Of course, we'd have to take precautions to ensure that you didn't fail to enact this plan and simply warned him. So you'd have to agree to magic being placed on you that would ensure you acted in this regard.
Does Graham know what kind of spell that would be?
Make an Arcana check.
Fuck. Not
Graham,
bad.
you figure they're probably talking about a geese or geese.
Geese? Gas.
Yeah.
Geese?
Like Geese Howard.
Gooses.
And that they would be basically forcing you to go and do what they want.
I think that might be possible. Like, I'm looking at the spell as I understand it in 5th ed. Yeah, I guess Graham will accept.
Very well. You will then gather forth the members of your party. You are Graham, so we also require Otto. We require Fern. And we have Kaido and Fiffle here. And just to doubly ensure this, we'll be sending a few others with you just to ensure that the issue is resolved correctly. Do you accept these terms of agreement?
Reckon I don't have much choice, do I?
I wouldn't say so, no.
Well, let's be about it then.
Very well then. We will hold on to Fiffle and Kaito. Please gather the remainder of your party.
Yep. Graham will get up and depart to do that.
All right. Kaito, you are still trapped inside of a small room. Are you doing anything, or are you just
Breathing heavily. You there,
Kaito
Robbie?
is?
Can you guys hear me?
Now
Yes, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Weird. My network just dropped for a second. I don't know what happened.
Ah.
I think I'm back though. Okay, sorry. What did I miss?
Basically, they told Graham, like, okay, here's your job. Go and kill the slave who gave you the job to look up the ledgers. And
Got it.
they're gonna try to magically compel it with the Geese spell.
Okay.
Graham agreed. Nobody's cast it yet. And I've got to go collect Fern and Otto while you and Fiffle are remaining in custody.
What did I do?
Lie
Okay.
to an Inquisitor a lot.
I felt like I trauma dumped on him.
Be
That
a
would be an
friend
amazing
of Mickey Rat Sauce.
Obfuscate the truth by oversharing.
That's what I was trying to do, but it didn't work. I just ended up sharing.
And they have a special ability that lets them discern any lie.
Well, that's very fucking convenient, ain't it?
It's in the I want to say monster manual.
That's some bullshit.
Little fuels.
All right. Well, I don't know. Whatever kind of money you guys are getting, make sure to get another 100 because indecency of exposure is going to be on there, so it's going to happen. That's what Kaito does. You put him in tight corners, he takes all of his clothes off. It's the only way he knows how to cope. Okay. The clothes feel just as restricting as the room, so it's a subconscious thing that he has to take everything off, and he feels ever so slightly a little bit freer. Let it be known this has nothing to do with Rami.
Okay.
Resume. Where'd
Do
Ed
I have
go?
to roll insight on that one, Ian?
You could if you'd like.
You have to wait until I get to work though, because it's on me.
I don't think I do. I don't think I want to roll it.
This is the most Matt's ever wanted to know about me.
Would
Yes,
you like
Matthew.
to know more?
Just walking out of my office crying after OPR. What happened? I just know too much. Too much.
Sometimes.
What happened to Ed?
Did he drop?
Yeah, he dropped.
Oh, I don't know. He should be back on shortly.
Gotcha. Maybe something's going on with the network everywhere.
Might be. I think we're getting hit with a lot of rain.
Yeah, we are under a statewide thunderstorm. I just had a huge burst of rain over here.
All right. Well, he should be back on in a bit. So we'll keep going until he jumps back on.
Okay.
I guess Graham will start making tracks toward the temple unless there's something going on with the claustrophobia event.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, Kaito, while Graham is leaving to collect the other members, the door opens back up, and a drow there passes you a water skin. I believe is Kaito currently naked here?
How long has
You're
he
like
been alone?
mid-stripping.
Yeah, how long has he been alone? How many minutes has it been?
Like 5.
Then no, he's not fully naked, but he's down to his undergarments and sweating profusely. Oh, thank God. Oh, am I out of here? Am I ready to go?
Not
Stand
until
up.
your associate returns. Put your clothes back on, and we'll lock you in a smaller room.
I hate it here. I don't care if you have the best prostitutes and you have a really good coliseum and everybody's so friendly and the bargaining kind of works with all the shops, and honestly the aesthetic of the town is beautiful. The architecture is gorgeous. The archives you have here are just plentiful. Just the overall atmosphere is just that you guys really bring that concept of Southern hospitality.
Once your friend gets back and you do your job, you can enjoy the city again.
Okay, thank you
As
so
long as
much.
you don't break any more rules.
Okay. Can I take the water skin from him?
Yes.
Take the water skin, take one sip, but then dump the rest of it over my head. Oh God. Oh my god, thank you so much. Do you think I could have another one of these, please?
You've had enough.
Okay, thanks so much. Uh,
But yes, get dressed or we'll lock you in one as tight as a suit of armor.
okay, I just take the t-shirt and I just put it over my head, but I don't wear it. Uh,
All right. Graham, what are you doing?
uh,
I believe
Graham is gonna
Otto.
start. Sorry, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I believe Otto is waiting outside for you.
Yeah. Is Ed back on yet? No.
No.
So I guess immediate wise, I'll collect Otto and start heading toward the temple. I'm also gonna cast divination when we've got some privacy. Let me actually look up the spell to see if I can actually do that like quickly or if that takes like 8 years. It's a one action cast, instantaneous, and I can ask a single question. Here, let me copy paste.
Okay.
Of course, now I got to figure out the question.
Okay.
Basically, I'm trying to phone a friend to the fucking Eidos helpline. And what do I want to ask specifically? Um, can we turn this around and burn this damn city down?
From deep underground in the cell.
Kind of.
wait a minute,
Those
wait a minute.
ears kind of perk up.
Did Graham just suggest burning down a city?
After a fashion, like a biblical fashion, like a pillar of salt kind of fashion.
That's hilarious. Me and Piffle separate in prison. All just get a sixth sense, huh? Something's
Uh-oh.
wrong. There's
I
a
mean,
change in the wind.
getting the slaves out alive is a prerequisite to that.
God, how I want to see Breaking Graham, the mini series of the
You really
necromancer,
don't.
the necromancer that turned evil. You want to see a necromancer? I'll show you one. It'll
Anyway,
happen.
this is couched in like prayer. It's like an oh Eidos, we're really in it now, kind of. In this moment, I need guidance, etc., etc., etc.
Graham, as you are praying and asking Eidos this, you look up and you see a drow who you believe is dressed like an inquisitor. A He goes to fetch some coins from his pocket and he ends up dropping 5 gold on the ground. He leans over to pick them up, and his kind of cloak gets caught in a small little brazier that's kind of burning, providing heat and light. And he just kind of quickly stamps it out.
Okay. So something tells me that's a no. Well, shit.
He then takes the 5 gold coins he initially dropped after stamping out the fire, and he puts them back into his pocket. If you were to want to interpret it, roll religion.
I will roll religion.
Okay. Ah, it's back.
Nice.
Yeah. Ah, Ed, you are back.
Welcome back.
Oops.
Yep. Graham, you would suspect that instead of Eidos is recommending that you pay the 500 gold fine and don't agree to do what the Inquisitors were asking.
Okay, which means we're going to have to round up 500 gold.
Otto is waiting outside for you, as well as... Actually, I think Fern was leaving the temple. What is Fern currently doing?
I was heading to that face changer that Nizana told me about.
Yep. Okay. All right. So we'll go to the face changer in just a moment. Yeah, so Graham, you and Otto are together again.
Graham will fill him in on the not great news.
And if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you
Yeah.
now.
Oh God, hang on. So out of character, inform me on everything I missed. I kind of have a gist of it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's the thunderstorm. Yeah, you can fill him in if you'd like.
So obviously, Kaido got dunked by professional inquisitors interrogating him, so they know about the slave guy. We got offered to go kill the dude and be placed under a Geese spell uh, to verify that we actually up and did it. I just did a fourth level spell of divination to ask Eidos, like, can we fucking burn this place down? And got a no and a recommendation that we just pay the fine and don't do what they tell us to do. So I've got to collect you and Fern and then go back to do that. But if we can get the 500 gold together first, we can just be like, change of plans, here's your money, we're fucking out of here.
Does
I am taking
the 500
increasing
gold to do the
exception to this
murder or
place's
what?
existence.
No, my question is, the 500 gold gets us Biffle back?
Yeah, like that's the cost to pay off his crimes.
And then we have to kill the guy?
No, I don't
Or is
believe
it
so. Ian?
500 gold or
Yep.
kill the guy?
Yep, that was the offer.
Okay.
No, I just wanted to make sure because
Yeah, yeah.
money and murder is like a steep combination.
Yeah, I'm broke from bribing that dude to get us the records, which we will get, which is good. Though,
Biffle had money. Don't think of it. They probably have Biffle's money now.
do they have civil asset forfeiture in Drow Hell?
I bet. Seems like
Your money, my money.
I was thinking about that. Why don't you just say, Biffle stole your money? Because it's a little shit and you're going to beat him to death when you get him back. Take the money off what he stole from you.
It's a possibility. I guess for the moment, while Otto and Graham are talking, first Graham will point out we're probably being followed and listened in on and all that, and can expect that just kind of generally moving forward. And I guess we head toward the temple to try to get Fern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fern, you are currently on your way to the face changer.
Yep.
Okay.
Name.
Well, the priestess's directions show you where to go to talk to the person who will be able to assist you. So, in a very American Tale situation, I believe both Graham and Otto miss Fern. Fern, you make your way through the city streets, eventually arriving. This is actually this section of the city very, very high end, very wealthy. You can see a lot of very colorful banners showing the house symbol. A lot of this is written in Undercommon, but you do see the occasional Elvish writing, and you do eventually find yourself in front of a building. It lists itself as being. You can't make out the actual name of the store itself, but the little bit of Elvis description does show that it is a magic store providing magical goods and services.
Cool, I'll go in.
All right. Inside, you see a richly dressed drow man. He begins speaking in Undercommon before swapping over to Elvish. Greetings and welcome to my store. How may I be of assistance to you today?
Hi, how are you?
I'm Doing quite well.
I was sent here by a friend of mine.
Hmm?
Her name is Nizana, correct?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and I'll tell him that Nizana sent me here, and I guess tell him what I need him to do to change the face.
Ah, yes. Nizana is a close friend of mine, so I'll be able to assist you in this regard. There is a small fee, but let's say 15 gold and you're covered.
Sounds great.
Very good. Now, I should warn you, this spell is only going to last for 8 hours. So if you
Okay.
need any longer, then you would either need to cast a scroll, which I could sell you, or come back to me.
How much would a scroll be?
That's going to be a little more expensive for the simple fact that I need to cover the cost and labor. So you should expect it to be. I do owe Nizana a bit, so I'll give you a discount of, let's say, 85 gold.
Okay, so 100 for both.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Very well. All right then. He pulls out a scroll and he tells you the way to activate it. He says how to read it, how to do all that. Goes through and how you want to focus on the form that you want to shape yourself as. He then goes and he casts a spell, and you don't feel any different, but he holds up a mirror, and looking at you is a drow child.
Wow, fancy. Thanks.
Indeed.
I have my eyes.
Now, I should say, because it seems as you cannot speak Undercommon, I would highly, highly recommend that you simply stick with Elvish and perhaps just tell people that you're practicing your ancient Elvish.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Well, if you need any more magical assistance, please come my way, although I consider my debt to Nazi to be paid.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. And for the next 8 hours, Fern, you look like a drow child.
Hooray! And so, is the temple closing now, or?
You have a little bit of time left.
Okay.
Graham,
Like more
Otto.
than it would take to just walk there.
You could walk there, yeah.
Okay.
Graham, Otto, you could not find Fern.
Ah, damn it. Well, you know who we might be able to tap for advice here? Sathara. She's mostly been keeping her nose out of what we've been doing, aside from when we fill her in on stuff, yeah?
Yeah. I will just say that Sathara has been accompanying you, as I haven't really done too much with her.
Time for her to pull her weight.
I mean, if she wants this, technically, this whole boondoggle is A, my fault because I was the one like, yeah, let's go do that. And B, like, this was supposed to be like the dry run for like, all right, let's see if we can get you started on your parole for naughty crimes against everybody.
Sathara.
So, Graham will be like, any ideas?
Well, let's see here. I suppose my typical way to handle a situation like this would be to. This isn't like a trick to see if I'm going to use my, special skills. Right? This is. You actually want me to tell you how to do like, something involving skullduggery?
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, Fiffle got into his mess because we were doing skullduggery and it was an attempted skullduggery.
Okay. Well, the way I could typically see myself handling this would be to case the actual council hall and see how you can remove him. However, that might not be the best because it looks pretty tightly locked down. So, step two, I would say, would actually be to simply rob some of the rich folk here and use that money to secure Fiffle.
Sounds like a volunteer since our thief is in jail.
I wouldn't say no at this point.
I could
But,
certainly attempt to. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a job. So here's what we can do. We can do breaking and entering, but that's always tough, especially in places like these. A lot of these houses here look like little mini fortresses. Um, Option two here then is to do some pickpocketing. I could probably swipe some people's earnings, but this is going to be a job that's going to require a little bit of work here. Because what we typically do in this situation is you distract, I steal. So if you can get a big distraction and get a bunch of people to kind of like pay attention to you, then I can kind of sneak around and lift their pockets.
it's a consideration. Suppose we wanted to get warning to that dude we were working with before he gets got. Because even if we don't do it, someone's gonna.
I could go and warn him and just meet you back at the hotel.
If you would, and maybe be stealthier about it.
Stealthy, generally, I'm
not
pretty good at
going
that.
Yeah, so is Fiffle. Unfortunately, these guys are good.
Well,
You
my
guys rolled terrible. What I recall.
opinion of this place is they are used to a lot of treachery, used to a lot of, I don't want, well, I guess hardship, but I feel like this is lessons they've learned and solutions that have been applied over a series of misadventures. Just what I would feel out of this situation.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
So, all right, I'll head out and warn him now to head underground. And in the meantime, getting Fiffle out. Well, if you can get the money, great. If not, try pickpocketing.
All right, we will keep our options open.
All right, well, I'll meet you back at the hotel, and I will be going. Goodbye.
Thank you. She's just like, all right, I'm out. She just leaves the city.
And she turns and says, the other option is you could see about Dupla helping you.
That's a good thought.
But how you want to plan that out, that one's on you. So shapeshifting is not my area of expertise. She once again turns and heads back the way she was going.
Okay, so it's not nothing, but we still haven't found Fern. We don't know that she's in disguise. We don't know how any of her stuff went. But if we've gotten to the temple and nobody's freaking out and there's no like guards going crazy like there were at the Hall of Records, then we know she didn't get caught at least.
The temple, you do see a group of people kind of flowing out of the main entrance as a bell is being rung. Honestly, the only thing you really see is just all these people flowing out, and actually, and then you said Fern was heading back into the temple.
She's gonna wait until it's closed because she can't. That's what the plan is. She's supposed to tell them she's meeting Nizana as from her house.
Let's see here. Nizana, I believe, said to head back into the temple and act like you were a newly
Yeah, she said
a new recruit.
after they close to come in and or close to like when they close, I guess.
Yep.
I don't remember exactly which one it was. Okay, so yeah, I'll go and then tell them that I'm a potential new, what would she call it?
A neophyte.
I guess.
Okay.
From her house, and I'm gonna be speaking only in Elvish.
Okay. Yeah. So Fern, you see a group of people leaving the temple as a bell is being rung from the inside. There are a couple of guards there, but they don't look like they're expecting any trouble. Looks like kind of a routine situation.
Okay.
All right. Would you? So you're heading inside the temple then?
Yes.
Okay. Um, you're small, but so it does take a little bit of effort though to kind of push by this crowd as they're leaving. One of the guards does say something to you in Undercommon.
I'll speak to him in Elvish and tell him I'm looking for Nizana.
He switches over to Elvish. The temple is closing, young one. You are not allowed to enter in.
Ah, yes. I've been sent here to train with Nizana from her house.
Ah, yes. In that case, please head inside.
Okay, thank you. I'll go inside.
Okay. You head in. Zana told you where to meet her.
Yeah, so I'll go meet her, with her.
Yeah. Graham Otto, all you really would have seen is just like a group of people leaving the temple plus a small drow child moving in. And that's really all that it was.
Could I roll insight on a small drow child going in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just because somebody's leaving as everybody is, or somebody's going in as everybody's leaving, and it's a small character versus Fern being small. And I rolled an 11, never mind.
It's small child walking in. You know, she's got a couple, like, she's got a bow and an arrow on her. Like, she's got a bunch of knives, but that's kind of usual for this city.
Do I recognize the weapons at all? That's something.
They look familiar. Make a perception check.
That's better.
You do see some cooking utensils hanging from the bag that the child is wearing.
Graham doesn't point her out, but he goes, I think that's her. So, whatever she's got going on seems to be in progress.
Fern, you make your way to Nizana?
Yes.
All right. And oh yes, and Fern, you'd also been able to recover the blackmail money from last
sweet.
time.
Oh yeah, I did. How much was it? 300 or something?
I can't remember the exact amount.
500?
I believe it was 300.
If I remember, it was 3, but that's what I'm remembering at least.
I believe it was.
That sounds probable.
All right.
Okay.
I'm poking the eye.
Susanna comes in. You meet her in her room. Fern. It's good to see you. Looking a little more fresh-faced.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
A little more, I suppose, normal. Now, let's get back to... So, your blackmailer is going to be recovering the payment. So really, it seems like you just want to stake out where they'll be recovering it from.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Should we put the money back? Should I hold on to it?
That one's up to you. I suppose if they take the money, then everything will proceed normally. If it's missing, they will most likely reveal the blackmail material. But if you can, I suppose you're attempting to intercept them, so if you are able to do so, then that won't be an issue.
Yeah.
So the choice is yours.
Hello?
Hello? Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. My headset cut out for a second there.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. I'll hold on to it for now, and we'll stake out the area that he's supposed to be picking it up at from, or they are, whoever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and then figure out what happens after that, I guess.
Very good. She goes to the table, pulls out a candle, and hands it over to you. Keep this lit, and if anyone asks, you are going to be doing a penance in the main hall, and that will allow you to stand there without people giving you any trouble.
Okay.
I have some duties I must attend to, but you may return to me when you need any help. Or if you believe you are going to be in an acceptable position, you are able to just, I suppose, track the person. I'm really going to leave this one up to you. Oh, and I also have a few more things to give you. It's important that you know more of the teachings of Azith.
Yes.
Okay. I'll give you the very quick and dirty of it. When we first came below the surface, after the cataclysm that claimed the old elven kingdoms, we were preyed upon by the denizens of the Underdark here. Population slowly being worn away over the years. But the first priestess, whose name has been lost to history, was able to commune with Azith, who gave us the strength and the knowledge in order to survive in the Underdark and to prosper. So she was able to then protect all of the remaining, well, eventually became Drow, and the belief spread throughout the Underdark, and then even made it across the sea to the other Underdark locations across the actual planet itself. So you'd find most Azith worship throughout the Underdark as other religions were stamped out.
Gotcha.
Very good. Well, if anyone troubles you, please remember those teachings. Remember that Azith gives us the strength of cunning, patience, stealth. These are the three cornerstones that you need to remain and remember. Very good. Well, I will leave you to it. Good luck on your investigation.
Thank you.
That she leaves the room and heads towards the chapel where you had first spoken with her.
All right, I'll take the candle into the main hall then,
Okay.
and watch for that. Was it a statue where they left the money?
Yep. The room itself, emptier than you remember. You see the occasional priestess walking around. Most people don't really pay you much attention. The spider statues all around, the kind of silver webbing inlaid into the wall, glowing in the light of the candle. The center glass cage with all the spiders inside. You see them kind of just like weaving webs or like crawling around or hanging from the various spider silk that they produce. Takes a little bit of time, but you do see eventually over the actual spot where the statue is, an orb of black just fill the area.
That's weird.
Mhm.
Um,
And this orb covers a good 30 feet around it, including one of the hallways.
hmm. Is that same thing that happened when we were fighting in the arena where you
Yes,
like
it
can't
is.
see through it?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well. And I don't see anything else going on other than an orb.
It lasts for about a minute before dissipating.
Okay. And nobody's there when it's dissipated.
You didn't see. You did see it cover like the hallway entrance and the actual statue itself. So if anybody approached it or left from it, you would not have been able to see through it.
Okay. Can I go down the hall that was also in the orb?
Yes, you can. Yep. Looking down the hall, you see a small entourage of drow. Um, most of them are dressed very rich clothing. They have fancy symbols printed along like the cloaks they're wearing, jewelry they're wearing. All of them are armed with these very fine daggers or short swords. You see that they're wearing some very fine armor underneath their clothing. Um, they are chatting to each other in what you believe to be Undercommon. Eventually, the small group that had been walking with each other, break apart into two other groups and kind of just split off from one another.
Hmm. Uh, hmm. Can I talk to? I'll talk to them in Elvish and say, "Hey, did you see what just happened over there? That's weird."
One of the groups hears the Elvish. Looks to be the people dressed very fine. One of their numbers is dressed even better. The other ones kind of turn in unison, and you get the idea that they're probably bodyguards. Drowman in Elvish speaks to you. Uh, Simply a orb of darkness. Many of us
Okay.
are able to achieve that magic. Why do you ask, young one? Are you not familiar with the ways of this temple?
Oh no, I'm new. I just started training today.
Ah, yes, and what house are you part of? I'm sorry, I come here every so often. You're just a new face.
Oh, I'll tell them the same thing that Zana told me that whenever I'm in the temple, I don't want to be associated with my house.
Ah, I'm sorry, you're quite correct, yes. When I'm a temple. Well, I'm associated with the temple guard here, so I make my way here every once in a while, but I am not too familiar with the goings on. Yes, yes, of course. A wise answer. You obviously are fit for this role, young one.
Thank you. I hope to make it far here.
Mm. Well, it's a very good position. You can find yourself with quite a bit of political power.
Hmm,
The
really?
oh yes, first step priestess has great influence within the council chambers.
Interesting. That's cool.
If,
Thank you.
if you survive, of course.
Oh, if I survive.
Zeeth teaches that the weak shall perish, and the strong will. get to the top.
Of course, of course.
Anyway, I must be off, and my friend there was in such a huff, quite annoyed with the goings on as of late. I don't have no idea what set him off.
Oh, what's been going on?
He didn't tell me. He simply said he had some business to attend to, and then said it fell through all of a sudden.
I see.
Hmm.
Do you need help with anything?
Me? No, but thank you for the offer, young one. I was doing a small check with the number of guards here. My house is the one that provides the majority of the guards to this location.
I see. Nice. Which house are you with?
I have it all listed here. I'm with House Kinthrick.
Oh yes, very nice house. Thank you.
Well, anyway, I've done what I need to here. Do have a good night, young one.
Thank you. Have a good night.
He and the rest of his guards turn and leave.
You get all the polite drow.
All right. All right. After that, I'll head to Nizana.
You find Nizana in the chapel hall.
And I'll tell her what's going on if we're in private. I don't want to let in front of everybody.
Nizana is around a number of people, and she sees you approach. A neophyte. Yes. Come with me.
Yes.
Your work has been sloppy as of late. I need to have a discussion with you on that.
Okay. I'm sorry.
She kind of grabs you and brings you around, out of sight and out of earshot. Fern, what were you able to find? I hope you were able to discover the identity of your blackmailer.
Well, there was an orb of darkness over the actual statue where I found this gold earlier, and down a hallway. So I went down the hallway, and it was 4 people, right?
It was a small entourage. It was the drow man you spoke to had 4 guards with him, and the other group, very similar, with a drow with another 4 guards.
Okay, I'll tell her that everyone that I saw, and then that I spoke with the one group, and there was House Kinrith.
Kinthrick. Yep.
Kinthrick.
Kinthrick. I don't know. I'll put the spelling in the actual. I sounded it out. There we are. Kinthrick.
Kintrick.
Kintrick.
Kendra.
Man, Underdark. It's all fake. Everything's fake. Don't even worry about it.
But I think the other group was probably the one that was doing the blackmailing, but I didn't get a chance to talk with them.
Were you able to follow them or identify the house symbol of the
Did I get a look at their house symbol?
Make an intelligence check. You are having a tough time remembering what the symbol looked like, as it has kind of flowing on the fabric of his cloak.
Yeah, no, I can't really remember what it looked like.
There's only a few people allowed in here. We could do a process of elimination.
Okay.
You spoke with someone with House Kinthrick. So the people allowed in after the temple closes are the priestesses, of course. But it sounds like you spoke with a house member. Let me think here. Well, there's a number of. There's the house guard, as provided by House Kinthrick, primarily, but not entirely. Then there's builders who come in for any repairs that are needed. Probably not them, if they had a house symbol. There are members of the council chamber who come in, who may or may not be part of the house, as long as they have the special permission to enter in. I suppose you could attempt to track them down and identify the symbol.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
And she thinks for a second. I had an idea on the tip of my tongue, but unfortunately it's just left my head. Try and track them down if you can. The temple's not large, and there's only one main entrance and exit. There are a couple of other ways to enter and exit through the temple as well.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to be leaving through this hall that they went down.
Oh, yes, that goes to the spider stables.
Where we stable the spiders.
Oh, is there a way to exit from the spider stables?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the spider stables are where we raise the giant spiders that provide our silk, that we train the riders on, that we use in our rituals, and that we milk for poison.
Yeah, right. So many spiders.
Yes, there's quite a bit down there.
You're the one arachnophobic drow in existence. Just imagine that life.
Alright, I'm gonna go try to track them down there. Let's see if I can find them.
Okay. So you take off down that hallway?
Yes.
All right. You head down the hall. And are you going quickly? Are you sneaking? How are you approaching this?
I'm just like walking along, like I know where I'm going.
Okay.
Like I'm supposed to be there.
The hallway turns in a bit, and you see a set of stairs. They go down about 10 feet, and they get to a little landing, and then another set of stairs down another 10 feet. That's about as far as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
But it does lead further underground.
Okay.
You head down that way?
Can I tell if that's where the guys went? Can I track them?
Yeah, make a survival roll. Yeah, Fern. You're able to see that there is some recent footprints from boots walking down this way. I mean, with that 26, you're able to make out 5 unique pairs of boot prints. Looks like they were probably 4 kind of marching in almost a square shape, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, with person in the middle, the way that they were marching down. And it looks like they are heading down that way.
Okay, I'll start heading down the stairs then.
Okay. As you head down the stairs, kind of turns and turns. You go down about 40 feet, and then it opens up into a kind of mined out cavern. Now, you can see a number of wooden pillars keeping the roof up, and there are a number of stalls that doors are closed with metal bars. Looking inside, you can see a number of large horse-sized spiders. As you make your way through, spider webs kind of get caught in your hair. You see a number of the spiders just kind of approach the bars and look at you with their like large black, all 8 eyes just kind of focused on you. No pupils. You're not sure which way they're looking, but you get the feeling that each and every one of those 8 eyes is staring at you, and the spiders are beginning to awaken.
The spiders are unionizing.
They are kind of like approaching the bars and You can see like the fangs kind of like cutting through the bars. Like you can see the poison dripping from their mouths.
Hmm.
You can see a number of priestesses in the very like basic robes, just kind of minding their own business. You see them harvesting the silk, just collecting it and putting it in baskets, as well as some who are just kind of holding the spider while another one like puts a little bucket underneath the fangs, and you can see like the poison drip into this little bucket.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep walking past them.
One of them just says, and you can't, you believe it's undercommon, you can't say Hafneskala, and you see one of the spiders kind of like push out of the stall it was in, and it turns and it looks at you, Fern, and it kind of like with its 8 spindly legs, kind of just march towards you very quickly. They are shouting, Navanat! Halafnafna!
Uh, um,
Eventually, one of
oh,
them says in Elvish, "Watch out!"
yeah. Yeah, I was gonna get out of the way of it.
The spider stops in front and it just kind of starts looking you over. And you can see it kind of like looking at you. It takes one of the legs and it kind of like slowly strokes along, and then it goes and it's going to, it kind of jumps back, and you can see it kind of crouch down. Give me a nature roll, please. It looks ready to attack.
Um, can I run back towards the priestesses?
Yep. Yes, you can.
Okay,
You
I'll run back towards them.
all right. The priestesses, they pull out some rope lassos and they kind of like throw it over the spider. A number of them are just trying to pull it down and are doing their best to like just like restrain the spider as it is going a little nutty. Uh, but they are not doing great. The spider looks very angry. One of the priestesses begins speaking to you. Nafla, halaf.
I'll say, sorry, I'm practicing my ancient Elvish. I only want to speak in ancient Elvish today.
Of course. I was saying you should leave. Normally these spiders only act this way in the presence of intruders or non-drow. I'm surprised it's
Strange.
acting up so aggressively.
Okay, I'll get out of here. Thank you.
Yes, the priestesses attempt to hold onto the spider, and eventually they are able to bring the spider back into the stall and just shut and latch the gate.
Okay.
You continue.
Start being intruders.
Yeah. I'll continue hurriedly down the way that I was going.
Okay. You continue heading down. The rest of the spiders do like approach the bars and are looking a little more aggressive, but the stalls are closed. The priestess is more on alert with that one having acted so aggressive, and begin to ensure that the stalls are just shut and locked. You cover about 100 feet when you do eventually end up at the back, and you do see a thin, narrow staircase that kind of just heads up to probably a good 30-40 feet.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll head up there.
Okay. As you make your way up, you find yourself in a small little hallway. There are a number of drow wearing the armor of the temple guards. They see you. You can see them standing in front of a locked door. They look at you, speaking in Undercommon.
I'll tell them I am practicing my Elvish,
Mm.
and I only want to speak in Elvish.
Yes, very good. How may are you lost, young one?
Um, yeah, I just started training today, and I did get lost down here. What is this place?
This is the rear exit to the temple here. It's currently locked as none are allowed in.
Oh
This is
yes.
where we bring out the silk and poison to the various industries that will process it for us.
Okay. Interesting.
Are you. Do you wish to exit the temple? I believe most priestesses have room here.
Oh no, I'm not leaving. Yeah, as I said, I got lost down here. I probably just need to head back the other way.
Yes. Will you. Well, the gate has just been reshut and relocked as we had to allow a member of the temple out.
Oh, who was here?
It's a patron of the temple, one who assists us.
Who?
Make
I'm not
a.
asking that in character. I was asking you what you said.
Oh, they just said it was a patron of the temple
Oh,
who
okay.
provides assistance to the temple itself.
Oh, provides. Okay. Hmm.
Do you have any other questions, young priestess?
Trying to think. Give me a sec. I'll say that I was. Dang it, that won't go along with my thing that I was just lost.
It's supposed to be my day off.
Because I was saying I could tell them, oh, they dropped something. I was trying to get it to them. And how can I find them so give it back to them?
Ah, very polite of you. Well, if you would like, we can give it to them. They come by every couple weeks or so. House Kinthrick has many dealings with the temple.
Okay. I'll just I'll give it to them the next time they come by then.
Let me see where else. 1 second.
Everybody in their insight checks in this city.
Well, Miss,
Just add another fucking fine.
if you'd like, we can give it. We can send a runner over to House Kinthrick for Diavren there to return his lost goods. What is it exactly he dropped?
Um, I'll take out hmm. I'll take out one of these Undercommon J.K. Klein novels that I had in my bag and say, "Oh, he dropped this book."
Interesting. I wasn't a Ugh, I wasn't aware Bemril read this.
Oh well, yeah, dropped it. So
Very good. I will have a runner return this to him. Thank you, young priestess.
thank you so much.
You're quite welcome. Well, do be careful. The spiders have, from the racket they're making down there, something's worked them up. Something fierce.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Have a good night.
Mm. Oh, I must say, your Elvish is Interesting. If I might say, it has a bit of tinge of Feywild accent.
Really?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Just something I've
Um,
noticed. Was your teacher from the Feywild?
perhaps. I don't know. I don't know where they're from.
No. Either way, just something I've noticed. Interesting. But always good to practice the foundations of our language. Remember our roots.
Oh yes, I think so too.
Anyway, be off. Can't have you lollygagging around the entrance here.
Of course, I need to get back to my post. Goodbye. Good night.
Mm-hmm. The guards remain at attention.
All right. And there's a locked room in here.
They are guarding a locked door that they told you was the exit, or
Oh, that is the exit door.
yeah,
Okay.
that's the side exit entrance.
Okay. All right. I'll head back into through the stables quickly.
The priestesses are having a hard time keeping the spiders under control. You actually see one of the giant spiders kind of slamming against the stall and is attempting to bash open the lock.
Damn.
Yeah, just going real quick.
Yeah.
You make your way back up to the staircases bringing you up to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Go up the stairs.
All right. And you are back into the temple's main floor.
Well, didn't find anything out from that.
They did tell you the guy.
Yeah, you know the guy's name now.
Oh, that was the sit. That was. Oh, that wasn't the one I talked to. That was another one. Okay, gotcha. Because they're both with the same house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. All right, yeah. I will head back to see Nazana again.
Okay. You find Azana still in the chapel. She sees you. You. I'm going to inspect your work. You would better have done a far better job than you did last time. Come with me.
Yes, ma'am. I tried.
And she takes you back to her office. Well, Fern, I hope you found out what you were looking for.
Um, it seems I have found out the name of the person who was blackmailing.
Good. Do you mind sharing with me?
Yes. What was the name? It started with a B, right?
Bemeril Vren.
Femoral, femoral rim.
Oh,
Immortal Brent. That son of a bitch.
Bemeril. Well, good. I'm glad you were able to discover this person.
You know this person?
I am required to give up my family name when I join the temple, but he is of my house.
Oh,
Theoretically, I am supposed to put aside all concerns involving my house, but that's not always the most practical.
hmm.
I will simply say that Bemeril is an excellent hatchet man and is tasked with carrying out a number of unsavory activity. What was your ultimate goal with Vren?
Well, we were basically sent to, I think, find out whoever was blackmailing, and then to plant that heretical evidence on you.
Hmm. Well, I will say, because I'm going to go out and assume that you were tasked to assassinate him, remember the teachings of Azith. The weak perish and the strong survive. I suppose if Ren isn't able to successfully fend off your attack, then he wasn't meant to.
That certainly makes things a little easier.
Yeah.
I should
Well,
also mention, though, that House Kinthrick does provide a good number of temple guards, as they were able to win the vote to provide that service to the temple. And as a member of House Kinthrick, even if I'm not allowed to leverage that, I must. I can no longer assist you in this regard, as I would still be acting against the interests of my house.
yeah, I understand.
Well, I recommend you find a place to rest for the time being until the temple reopens. There's a number of beds you can sleep at in the fifth step priestess's barracks.
All right. Well, thank you for all your help, and kind of sucks that it came to this, but
Yes. Well, we'll see what happens. I can only focus on my duties and see where the ultimate nature leads us. Azith will guide it as it is meant to go.
right. All right. Well, good night then.
Good night.
How many hours has it been since I had the face changing thing
It's
on?
been like 2, as you had to wait for him to arrive.
Okay.
And then we'll go to Graham and Otto, who don't know where Fern is. Oh well, they saw her go into the temple, and that's the last they saw of her.
Hell. Can't really loiter publicly. Do I have any like message spells? I'm usually not that kind of cleric. I'm good at making things stop moving or make them start moving. Damn.
What are you trying to do?
See if I had any way of sending a message to Fern, because we're still stuck waiting outside and we don't know where she's at.
Just use your link pearl forehead.
Wow, wow, wow. Shit. Unless, no.
I don't have anything to help you there. I'm kind of stumped.
Yeah. Why don't we, while we're waiting, go and speak to the private detective we hired for
Yeah.
Okay.
raisins.
All right. Currently, it's just Graham and Otto.
Yep.
All right. You head back to Dupla's detective agency.
Yep. Or just any place where she might know we're looking to talk to her, because she should hypothetically be keeping tabs on us and said if we can get word out, word will come to her.
Okay. All right. You head back to where you first saw her, and it doesn't takes about like 30 minutes after arriving, but you do get approached by a you would get approached by an orcish woman. You too.
Hi.
Orcish woman pulls out a familiar cigarette case, pulls out a couple of cigarettes, puts one in her mouth, hands one to you. All right. You want your report?
Yeah, we've had a rough day.
Well, I saw you went into the inner city. Pulls out a small lighter and lights her cigarette and then hands it over to you.
Graham lights.
That one's a bit tougher to get into.
Yeah.
And they've been real eager to keep me out of there. So once you went in, I wasn't able to find out too much, although through my contacts I did hear there's some issue at the council chamber. And forgive me for saying this, but you just seem like the kind of sort who cause trouble where you go.
No offense taken.
So which one was it? Honestly, I'm pegging, let's say, the halfling. He seems like the kind of sort to get into trouble.
Graham tips a cigarette by way of affirmation.
And you're down the other one, too. The one who talks to his sword.
Yeah, he's in custody while we're trying to get the rest of our group together.
And the rabbit?
Off on other business, and we can't exactly be waiting around for her.
What the hell?
All right. Well, I did catch one of your party members head into the slave district. And about 10 minutes after I saw her, I saw a group of guards making their way there too with a bit of a hurry.
Okay, so she beat them there. That's good.
And with those guards was an inquisitor, so something's up.
Yep.
I got that joke.
So, that's what I caught.
So, we need to muscle up 500 gold in a hurry, and I think between us we could probably manage it.
Probably. I got a few ideas too. You got into the inner city. You got a day pass?
Yep.
All right, here's what I'm thinking. We go into the inner city, found a council member. You kill them. I take their identity. I go inside. I get your friends out, right? Quick and easy.
High risk, high reward that, but it would get you access to info you've been hungry for.
Oh, yeah. It's part of it.
What are the odds we actually carry this off?
Look, you don't need to be like a council member proper. Just one of their staff will get me in.
It's definitely a possibility.
The real thing is you gotta kill them, and then you gotta make sure nobody finds the body.
How do bodies go missing down around these parts?
Depends. Some
I
people
can't, in good conscience, defile a body for my religion, but
Murdering a guy is just fine.
So I was honestly just thinking of tossing them down to maybe the temple's spider stables.
I don't suppose that's a formally accepted form of burial, is it?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, maybe if you're one of the priestesses, it is. Getting fed to the spiders is in the religion. Sometimes it goes missing into some stews. Sometimes it gets pulled out of the water. I mean, if you want a body hider, a cleanup crew, I can get you one of those. Of course, then the question is getting them out of the inner city. Once you get them out of the inner city, I can take care of the rest.
I do have one really bad idea for how we could do that.
I love bad ideas. Go ahead and tell me.
I kill the sumbitch, I animate his body, and we just walk him right out like nothing's wrong.
Oh, well, that's a clever idea. Go do that one.
Well, running low on alternatives. Otto, you got any input?
I got no damn clue, dude.
This city sucks.
Except for the prostitution that Kaido got.
True.
And the
Was it
slavery.
worth it?
Kaido, they actually currently have somebody in the room with you ensuring you don't take off your clothes.
It's like the opposite of the.
On D&D and Beyond, Kaido has rolled multiple persuasion rolls, which have passed critically on that woman.
Dude, that would have been a charm
Like
rolls.
seduce your way out of drowning
yeah.
inquisitorial prison.
Yeah,
well,
that'd be
there
awesome.
is the female inquisitor in the room with you.
A charm, Kaido.
Yeah, I'm gonna try charm.
Oh,
Like
God.
I feel like it has to be at disadvantage because I'm also having a panic attack.
You can roll persuasion at disadvantage if you'd like. Yes.
All right.
You roll 2 nat 20. She's like, God, you're lucky I like him pathetic.
God, I fucking like them sweaty. Oh wow.
Well,
Oh my. Maybe I could take some clothes off. What do you? Is that what you're saying?
We off the record just give him my charisma modifier.
Just D4 me in spirit.
Look, I'll loan you my charisma modifier. Just add 5 to both of those.
Oh my god. 19?
she kind of just looks at you. You're amusing, but I'm on duty.
What time do you get off? Just out of curiosity.
You wouldn't like what it led to.
Be surprised what I like and what I don't like. Small spaces, don't like. An afternoon with you? I guess we'll see.
She takes out a whip.
Now you're speaking my language.
Going
And
well.
she just like whips at your face.
Oh Jesus.
And let's see. The tip of the whip like cuts a small like incision in your face. It's so thin and narrow, it actually doesn't hurt for a moment before you kind of just start to feel the sting and like a little bit of blood like comes off of it.
Right. All right.
So was that a success or a failure?
It's still kind of up in the air. I gotta be honest with you. Noted. I try to internally panic my claustrophobia.
I'm annoyed by your rapid breathing and profuse sweating.
Yes, small spaces do that. It's one of my only weaknesses.
Yes, one of many. All right.
No, only.
She whistles, and about 6 guards come. Take him with the other one.
Oh, we're going on an adventure? All right.
And they take you into a room downstairs. It's a much larger room. And there's a chair, and you see Fiffle strapped into a chair also in the room.
Oh, Piffle! Now it's a party.
Wait.
Yeah, hey.
Fiffle, you could talk.
Oh, thank God, Kaido, you've come to rescue me.
Yes, this is a rescue operation.
I just want to out of character. I stepped out for like 30 seconds, and all of a sudden, this sounds really bad.
And they place you in the second chair, and they put straps on your arms and legs and around your chest.
Piffle's face slowly sinks.
You're getting out of here, buddy.
Reunited, and it feels so good. That's what I'll just be singing the whole time.
The one of the Inquisitors. Oh, Mr. Rat Sauce, your friend was able to tell us your actual name, Fiffle.
I'm
I
done.
think they also just screamed at each other too. So
Prisoner lady. My conversation with the
Yeah,
Inquisitor
I'm
left
in.
me completely unaware of what is or is not true. Both in my own how I got there, my recent past, my childhood. I'm questioning all of it now.
He's going into a K-hole.
Well, your friends, we were expecting them back a lot sooner, but they haven't come by yet. If we don't hear from them in the next couple hours, you both will be sold into slavery to pay off the debts you've done.
The one thing I hate about this city. It's the one thing I hate about this city.
Well, just wanted to let you know. And actually, we've already fitted you, and you see a couple more drow come in, and they both have iron collars, and they snap one around your neck, Kaido, and one around Fiffle's neck. There we are.
Hey,
I'm still not sure if my persuasion check with that drow lady is still going well or not. This is the longest, most intricate foreplay I've ever been a part of.
The drow inquisitor, she leans in front of you, and she strikes you across the face.
Ah, God, I'm still getting mixed signals. It's crazy.
She's like, more?
Just look over at Piffle. She wants me.
Would you like another one?
I think we should just pace ourselves a bit.
She strikes you in the head again.
Yeah, no, that one was
well
much
with her,
better.
kind of.
Yeah, no, we're
Keep it up.
we're steadily seeing each other. This is a thing.
She turns to you, Fiffle. Your friend here, he seems a little slow on the uptake. Is he normally like this?
Look, I don't know how to answer your questions anymore. All my answers are wrong.
You raise a good point. Get an iron. We're gonna brand this one for troublesome.
As long as it's something cool, just let it be something permanently cool.
Right on the forehead, a little brand that
No, that's
you
the moneymaker, not the forehead.
as a troublesome slave. Strong but stupid.
No, just strong. I don't know about stupid. I could read. I am a fast reader.
Yes, fast at many things, I imagine.
Okay, all right. We didn't have to get into below the belt fucking stuff, okay?
He raises another good point. We should probably geld him to ensure no violent tendencies.
Piffle, I need some help here. They're going after the one thing.
I don't want to be gelded.
Do you think I do? This is part of the escape. This was trying to free you, all right? Help me out here.
Well, look, sometimes you got to take one for the team to succeed in your mission.
Take one for the team?
Or take one off for the team.
Or take two.
Oh my god. I think we really need to wait until the rest of the party is here, because I'm sure they're going to be bringing help and support.
Look, lady, we told you everything we know.
Yeah.
That's true. But you also came here to commit a crime, to act against the interests of the city.
Nuh-uh.
Nope.
And you wanted the ledger for the slaves because...
Very good reasons that
Yeah.
are our own business.
Huh?
Well, this one Kaido here told us you were originally here looking for the Shaper.
That might be true.
They have this thing. They just know. I don't even know why they ask questions if they know. It's just part of the, humiliating part.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We had asked him to tell us why he was in the city, and he told us quite literally everything he did here.
They were very persuasive, Piffle. I don't think you understand how persuasive they were.
He discussed the mushroom village you had been at.
Ah, man. Loved it, that place. Compared to this place, I love it.
Yeah, those guys were a lot nicer than
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
If you hadn't broken in, the city would have been still quite nice to you.
Mm,
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not convinced.
So you're saying under different paths, under different choices, there might be a night sky where you and I would be together, and not in this situation. Romantic.
Yes, definitely need of gelding.
Ugh, God. I can honestly say, without a shadow of the doubt, you're most probably not my type.
Really, what tipped you off?
I think it was the whole gelding thing. It's come up so many times that it's not like a preferred way of torture. It just seems that you're interested in it a little way too much. There's
I
something there.
Well, if you're curious, in my Inquisitor training, I just specialize in mutilation.
And how was your relationship with your father?
Belligerent.
Yeah, no, that checks out. That checks out.
Well then, I hope you enjoy this room. Much, much larger.
It is quite large.
We expect your friends in the morning, and if they aren't here, then you too will be sold into slavery.
Yeah. Yep.
So, do take care.
Good night.
Yes, go ahead.
No, I just said good night.
Good night.
This is where you cut over to the cutscene, the cinematic, where Fern, Otto, and Graham are getting on a train out of the town.
We're all like throwing dice in an alley. Go, 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 go.
We got to get 500 gold in 8 hours, or they're both dead.
Good thing I played Reciteer. In fairness, one of our fallback plans was let's like pretend sell them into slavery and then follow them. So we could technically like plan Z it.
And just roll with this and let us be slaves.
Probably shouldn't, but it is a way to fail
Slave
forward.
arc, slave arc, slave arc. I'm down.
Kind of like prison arc, but that's now.
Yeah, prison arc is right now. Fuck, I should have
Was it
gotten
everything
tattoos.
you wanted, Rami?
I forgot to get the tattoo that lets us know how to get out of here.
Piffle starts
Slave
whistling
arc is when you
blues because he
fail.
can't find a harmonica or use his arms.
So I didn't take into consideration a dominatrix fucking prison guard, but I'm not against it. I think she still totally wants me.
She does.
I think so.
Just not in the way you'd like.
We will cut back to Graham and Otto, who together they form Grotto.
So Otto, what if Kaido seduces the female guard?
It'll happen one roll at a time.
Man, I just imagine Otto asking Graham this.
Well, first off, we'd probably want to get him gilded so we can't make another Kaido.
What if it's too late?
Then
I
I guess
there's
we have
something
a
in the
new
back of
party
the book
member.
for that, but we can cross that bridge when we come to it. Yes, hello, cat. Did we finish our meeting with what's her bucket? I think we did.
Dupla? Yeah, she offered to come with you into the inner city using your day pass.
Right. Yeah, we were gonna try to bump a guy. So I guess that's what we'll do.
All right.
We're in a considerable pickle.
A variety of things has happened. I wanted to make this maybe a smidge more challenging.
Mission succeeded, you fucker.
I still feel you have many ways out of this. So, heading back to the inner city with Dupla, who has by this point taken the form of a drow woman. There are many things in the inner city. Where would you like to go within the actual city itself?
Um, ideally, do they have anything like bars in the inner city?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, they have a number of taverns.
so let's go find one that's on the lower end of seedy as far as they go in this part of town.
Okay.
Somewhere where we're more likely to have like a dark corner we could knock someone upside the head with and drag them behind.
All right. Doesn't take a lot of effort. You're able to find a seedy-ish bar. Um, this one primarily looks like it's staffed with, or the number of patrons there are mostly drow with a slight mix of orcish people. Look like bodyguards. Um, you don't really stand out too much.
Small favors.
The bar itself very smoky. As you number of people have already lit up. You see a couple of people kind of just looks like they're just snorting some kind of a drug at the actual counter itself. Bartender there is a older drow man. All right, what can I get you? You got every drink in town, plus every other drug you can get your hand on.
Uh, what do you got that's close to beer down here?
we got a white barley ale.
That'll do.
Pours out a couple of drinks for you. Place in front. Hey, that'll be 2 copper each.
Okay, Graham will pay 2 copper each.
The ale itself, it's basic. It tastes got a weird, like, kind of peaty flavor to it, but it tastes more or less like any other alcohol that you've had that is of ale variety.
So, this where all the outsiders hang out when they're in the inner city?
Yeah, kinda. We get a lot of, I mean, as the name suggests, not too many outsiders at the inside, but yeah, the houses will hire some foreigners who aren't tied up in the politics here. Of course, then they get tied up in the politics here, so.
Yeah, I wonder what that's like.
But yeah, foreign mercenaries make good disposable assets, so you'll see them here or there. Normally, the business is done outside, though. But
Probably a lot of inner city guys come here when they knock off work.
yeah, especially the minor houses. Me, as an adventurer, much
Oh, yeah?
like I feel like you folk are.
Might be, might be.
So I saw my fair share of the Underdark, surface world even, and then retired down here to run this bar. So, if you got any concerns, don't worry. I ain't got no problem with outsiders.
Much obliged. Hmm.
Dupla looks around. Graham, as fascinating a crowd as this is, we need something a little more upscale if I'm going to find the kind of person we need.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Graham will finish his drink and give the guy a nod and head back out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, have a good one.
Likewise.
Dupla looks around. Gotta tell you, Graham, I've never been this far before, so new experiences for me in the inner city here.
Well, the more local insight you could give us, the better. We're coming in at a bit of a disadvantage here.
I have a few people I've been able to talk to who were able to give me the information I need. So we're looking for council hall employees, preferably somebody more up in the hierarchy. If we can get a council member themselves, that would be great, because that would get me everything I need and more. But most of them are guarded by a lot of guards.
Yeah. All right. Well,
So, I think what we can do, if we can find ourselves a minor bureaucrat somewhat mid of the list, what then we can do is enact our little plan there and. eh. So, your friends are stuck in the council chamber?
yep. That's the size of it.
They get a few hours left, so let's find ourselves a night shifter. Well, in as much as there is a night down here, and I can take care of them.
All right. Let's look around. Oh, and I do have one guy who's working with us as well. So
Oh, good.
if we
Well,
make sure we don't knock that one over the head.
I was thinking if you just. Why don't we just use him instead? I mean, he's already trusted you. We can easily just take him to a back alley. You know, take care of the.
He's getting some info for us that I don't know you'd be able to get in time.
That's fair, but I'm just saying once like he's gotten the info, then we just zzz, and kill two birds with one stone. Plus, well, you probably let me. I know the way the city works. You probably paid him a bit of money. I could always just return that to you.
Something to think about. Maybe if he's got his own bastard schemes going on, I feel a little less guilty about plugging him.
Everybody in the city does, even you, Graham.
Oh yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Well then, I'll leave you two to let's head to something a little more on the up and up.
Okay.
If I had to take a guess, probably most council members and most council staff are going to be drinking near the actual chamber itself. So let's head almost all the way to the inner city, the dead center, and then we can work our way out.
Okay.
She leads you to a not really just kind of like more meandering and wandering, but eventually finds your way to the actual center itself, and there finds a more upscale establishment. You see a number of the Drow Guard kind of just standing out front, and looking through the barred windows, you can see a number of Drow inside who are wearing well-made cloaks. A lot of people are with house symbols on them, and it definitely looks like a nicer atmosphere. You can tell that the interior actually has fine wood, and the wood itself actually appears to be some measure of surface wood,
Interesting.
which you would expect to be a lot more expensive down here.
Reasonable. I guess start skulking.
All right.
See if we can scout out a likely candidate.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Can Otto do one as well?
Yeah, if you'd like, you can assist one another. Oh no,
sure.
no fiffle.
Huh? What?
No fiffle. Graham rolled a 1.
No, I'm not.
No.
Fiffle's just like,
Cut to Piffle, kind of rocking back and forth in his strap chair. Going, I got the blues. I got the blues. Singing them prison blues.
Well, I have my book.
I want to play.
Can I
backup
see if I
vocals
can
for
kind of translate?
this isn't a matter of translation. It's scouting out somebody who you can kill or
Oh.
replace.
Would it be more
Looking-
insight to see, like, check them out than perception?
This is to find a good candidate.
Yeah, we still got to physically like find somebody in a murderable location.
So, looking through the barred windows, the glass itself looks like it's glazed, so it's a little tough to see inside. Like, you could definitely make out the shapes inside. You can definitely see people wearing, like, house symbols on it. But an actual person themselves from the outside, you're having a tough time making that out.
Can I walk a little further down and see if there's anything around the corner, leaving Graham, and turn back around and see if I can get a better angle to look in?
Yeah, if you'd like, you can give me another perception check, kind of looking around that way.
Nice.
That, Otto, you actually do see a looking through the glass and getting at a better angle, you do see another, looks like someone you had seen kind of hanging out around the actual council chamber itself. This would be a younger drow man. He does have a house symbol on his back, but you can't make out the actual house itself. Appears to be alone. Doesn't look like he has any bodyguards with him.
Okay, I'll point that out to my murder happy entourage.
Dupla looks at, yeah, it's a good candidate. We could get him into a back alley. Here's what I need, though. I need to get information about him, because we don't even know his name or what his job is. So I need one of you two to go chat him up, get as much information out of him as you can, get him into somewhere nice and quiet, and then you're going to have to deal with him without blood, because I'm going to be taking the majority of his clothing.
You recognize the house symbol?
It's a minor house. Nothing we need to worry about.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't have any guards. If it was a major house, we'd be seeing a small army accompanying him.
Makes sense. I was thinking could act like we're dumb outsiders who are like, hey, we totally got rich working with your house. Wink. Let me buy you a drink.
Could work. Here. We'll come up with a... So, what you gotta do, just gotta, like, subtly get this information out of him. Like you're trying to steal his identity, because that's quite literally what we're doing.
Right. Social engineering. Let's go. How many times have I passed this class and at work?
So, just think this up. Think your plan. And then we'll go and enact it. And we will actually leave this off here and pick this up next week.
Yeah.
We have homework, Matt.